So just make sure your teams know about what we are doing. It's going to be going over, if you watched Alyssa Bilio and Ashley use Zoom, we're going to be going over details on that. It was about an hour and a half Zoom, and that hour and a half Zoom did it for me last week. It did. So many things clicked for me. So many things just like the heavens open. Like that was the kind of Zoom this was. Okay. Those of you guys that watch it, you know what I'm talking about. I couldn't sleep that night. So I took a ton of notes. So we're going to go through a bunch of stuff. Those of you that have watched it, please put in your input, your feedback, and put it in the chat, and then we'll go through. We're going to try to get through all of it, and then we're going to go through questions, comments, anything you guys can think of as we're going through the Zoom. I want you to put it in the chat. And so, like I said, just get ready to take some notes. It's going to be good. So make sure your teams know. We'll wait about 2 more minutes, and then we will get started. Oh my God, Taylor, I just saw your status. Was the roads, were they bad?
I'm dead right now.
Oh my God.
I'm not even alive right now, but yeah, they were so bad. I was legitimately scared. Like so many different times, there were 3 rollover accidents just from like probably the Dell, well, from like Hood River to like a little bit past the Dalles, there were 3 rollover accidents, and even more like when I got closer to the Tri-Cities. It was bad. Like they were so bad. And I was going like 5, the average speed that I was going was 30 miles an hour the whole entire way home.
Oh my God, it was like our cruise trip that one night.
Oh, it was like 100 million times worse. Like it was so bad. There was times when people, like we were going 5-10 miles an hour because for like miles, because it was so, the roads were so bad. Like I have not driven in that worse of road conditions before. Like it was scary.
Hannah and Esme, have you guys been out driving in that? River girls.
Stay off the roads. Even in Tri-Cities, they're bad.
Oh my gosh. I'm just looking at my window right now, and there's like 12 feet of snow, so I'm like, nah, I'm good, I'll stay inside.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought like January 1st, like New Year, living in high school, and like there was no more snow, like we were done with this. And then I wake up this morning, I put all the Christmas stuff away, you know, I'm all pumped up, doing all this cleaning, ready for spring, and that's not happening. So Tawny has her headphones. I saw you going like this as Taylor was talking. Oh my gosh, Tammy, how scary. I don't miss that in Spokane at all. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, like I said, because we have so much to cover tonight. So this is recorded, so I will post it as soon as it's done and get in the Files tab of the team page so you guys can pass it on to people that could not be on tonight. So let's rock and roll. So couple things. I'm going to be kind of a little bit all over the place, so I'm sorry, as I wrote down a bunch of just like randomness, so bear with me. Okay, so the first thing that was talked about on the Zoom, you guys, that I absolutely loved, and I think sometimes we don't appreciate it enough, is owning where you're at and appreciating where you're at. Right? Because sometimes we get so caught up in where we're going and what's next that we don't appreciate how far we've come. You know, we don't appreciate that we took that 30 seconds of insane courage to hit submit and become a distributor. We forget that we, you know, signed our first loyal customer, signed a distributor. We forget about just the little steps along the way. And so I'm gonna go get a blanket. I'm sorry, that's so random, but I'm freezing. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. I'm literally like shaking in my office. Oh my gosh, it's freezing. Okay, so owning where you're at and just appreciating how far you've come. So And even throughout this journey, you guys really, recognize your journey is, it's not just where you start, where you're at, where you're going. It's, there's so much in between that matters. There's so much little baby steps that matter. So really appreciate your journey. Okay. So own where you're at. But then the next thing that goes along with that is putting your head down and just getting to work. Put your head down and get to work. Okay. Something that Mark said on the call tonight is you can't keep doing what you're doing right now to get where you want to be. Okay. And I want to repeat that again. You cannot keep doing what you're doing right now to get where you want to be. Okay. Your day-to-day right now is not going to get you where you want to be. It's not going to get you to that next level goal. It's not going to get you to your stretch goal of 2017. You've got to change the little day-to-day stuff to get that ultimate goal. You do. And then what I always tell myself is okay, evaluate what you're doing right now day-to-day. Is it working? Are you sitting in the same spot that you were maybe 6 months ago, 3 months ago, 2 months ago, last month, as this month? Okay. If it's not working, you've got to change it. And then when you go to that next level or that next promotion or you hit that next goal, you got to change it again. You got to up it. You got to up your personal development. You got to challenge yourself that much more. We're going to talk a lot about our goals tonight. And we're going to talk about that. If your goal is diamond, that's great. But I want you to be thinking double. If your goal is double diamond, I want you to be thinking triple diamond, because you've got to stretch yourself so far that it's so uncomfortable and seems so unrealistic, where you're just like, that's not going to happen. Okay. Because guess what? As we're talking tonight and you're looking at your goals and you're looking, at 2017, you're looking at, your Ruby chart and you're saying, this is obtainable. I can do this. I can find those 5 people. And then you're looking at Emerald, you're like, ooh, that's, I don't know, that's 2 rubies. That's a little bit more. I'm not really sure about that. But guess what, you guys? When you're thinking more and you're thinking outside of, that comfort zone, that's when it's going to happen, because you're going to blow that Ruby chart out of the water and you're going to be hitting towards Emerald. And then guess what? When you're looking at Emerald, you're like, I'm pretty close to Diamond. I mean, I know I can get there. And then you look at Double, it just seems impossible, right? Believe me, when I was looking at my ambassador chart all day today, I just wanted to puke about 12 times. I was just like, I can't. No, I have shut my binder about 1,000 times because I'm like, no, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, if I want to go black diamond, then I have to go ambassador. So I better step it up and just keep looking at it, right? So get so uncomfortable with your goals, you guys. I want you to be so uncomfortable that you're like, I don't even want to say that out loud. I don't want to post it. I don't want anybody to know this, right? And I was telling Tyson tonight, I was like, so isn't it going to be crazy when we get that first $100,000 check a month? And he's like, pfft. And I was like, what? What was that? He goes, nothing. And he just looked at me. He's like, you're crazy. He goes, well, when do you want to do that? And I was like, I don't know, next year after that. And I just thought, isn't it crazy to think that we're in our 20s and we're going to be millionaires, right? So think about that. I want you thinking so out loud and so beyond what you're used to that it's just uncomfortable. So link arms with people that are hungry, people that want this, you guys. I want you thinking about the people on your team that you could do this for a lifetime. Okay. I want you taking a look at your charts tonight, and I want you taking a look at your top 10 tonight, taking a look at your E-suite, however you evaluate your team, look at it tonight. And I want you to say, are these people hungry? Do these people want it just as bad as I do? Are these people willing to put in the work? Are these people excited? Are these people passionate? Are they plugged in? Are they motivated? If they are, keep linking arms with them. If they're not, let them go. Let them go tonight. Because you can run with your runners, you can walk with your walkers, but you are not going to sit with your sitters anymore. Refuse to sit in 2017. Refuse to be left behind. Refuse to be the one sitting there in 2018 saying, I'm in the same spot as I was in 2016 as I am in 2017. No more. Okay? Enough. And I was laughing when Alyssa said this, but she was saying, bless the ones or pray for the ones that come into your team and bless the ones that leave. And I love that because I was like, yep. Bye. Good luck to you. I'm praying for you. Good luck. It was great knowing you, but I'm a business owner and I have a business to run. I am not going to sit there and be like, I should have went ambassador, but there was a Ruby League that quit and a diamond that gave up because of whatever excuse. And this person over here can't plug in for 30 minutes a week. No, enough. Enough is enough. Work with the ones that are hungry. Link arms with your leaders, your diamond leaders. Link arms with people who are in this for the longevity, okay? Not for the right now, okay? Take a look at your team tonight, and I want you to evaluate that. The next thing that I want you to know is it's not about you. Maybe kind of blunt today.
Can I add something onto that? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Okay. So one thing that she said to this, and this is something that I did at the very beginning of my business until probably, 2016. You don't want everybody. So when you're right now and you're you're trying to build your business, and right now you're thinking, I just need anybody, like just somebody sign. I don't care. Just like, I just need a distributor, somebody freaking sign. You don't want that. Realize that. Like, write a list. And I love how they said this, like, write down who you want on your team, what type of personalities, what type of people, even if it's age ranges, whatever it is, what kind of qualities they have, or what kind of interests they have, whatever it is. Write out that kind of person that you want. Make sure that you're being that type of person. If part of it is a driven or, whatever those kind of qualities, driven, determined, outgoing, whatever, you need to be those things also. But you don't want just anybody to have anybody. So, you have to realize that, and I love that I said this, you're going to be with these people for the next, hopefully 15, 20, 25, 30 years, like at least. So you want to have people that you want to be around for that amount of time. You don't want just anybody just to have somebody in a box. So think about that and know that it's okay. It's okay to not want everybody on your team. It's okay to not have everybody. There's people that have shown interest in this business in this last year, and I'm like, I don't really want them to join. You know what I mean? Like, as bad as that sounds, I'm like, oh man, like, I don't know if I really want to follow up with her because our personalities don't click. I wouldn't be able to help her where she needs to be or whatever that is, And now I will say there are people that I have on my team that our personalities aren't the same that work great. So it's not like you have to have somebody that's exactly like you, but just make sure that you're not just signing people to sign people. You get to be picky. You get to design your own team because it's who you're going to be working with and who you're going to grow and build and go through life with in a way that you wouldn't with most people. So it's okay to be a little bit picky.
Yeah, and the other thing along with that too, you guys, that I was just thinking about, that when I first got started, I was a yellow, blue. I still have a little bit of yellow, but I was not red by any means. And so if you want to be a red, go sign a red. Go sign a red and learn from that red. If you want to be a little bit yellow and get that little bit of soft side to you, go sign a yellow. If you want the product knowledge and you want to know every single ingredient, product, package, color, I don't care. Just kidding, I do. Go sign a green. Go sign a green. If you want to go have fun at events and you want to party it up, go sign a blue. You'll have so much fun with them and they'll make your life a lot of fun in this business. I promise you that. So go find those color personalities that you want to be like. For me, I get intimidated by success. I do. I get intimidated. I do. And then I look at that and I'm like, I need them on my team because they're going to push me harder. They're driven, they're motivated, they're successful. I want that. I want somebody to come in and them have the mentality that they're going to pass me. Oh my God, that gets me hungry. That gets me excited. That gets me like, game on, let's do this. So find those people that will step it up a notch. Don't find those people that suck the life out of you, that drain you, that every day they're like, oh, I have to plug in again, or I have to sign somebody. Oh my God, let them go. Like, delete them out of your phone tonight, please. I'll do it for you, okay? If you needed them, delete them out of the team page. I'll do that for you too, okay? Enough. Like, leave the naysayers, the negative, the drama, the blah behind. We are focused in 2017. We are focused. We are linking arms with the hungry, and we are running. Kayla, type in really quick. Type in the team page. Type in color personalities in the team page, like the search bar. Something should pop up. That little like 4-picture scripture. God, I'm all over the place. Picture, and you'll see it. Okay, next, dream board. Dream board. If you do not have a dream board, you need to do one tonight. I'm going to say it out loud, but Tawny just messaged me and said that Brandy's doing a dream board right now as we're on the Zoom. You go, girl. Look at her. Look at her. Do your dream board. If it's not done right now, do one tonight, okay? Put it up on your wall. This sounds so crazy, but like Tyson was laughing tonight at my 2017 dream board. He's like, are you kidding me this year? Really? And I was like, yes, it's happening. And then he loved it because I put a deer on my dream board. Those of you guys know that you were here for dream board night. You knew that I put that on there because it's about damn time he shoots a dang deer and brings it home. So I put that on there for a little bit of confidence for him. Put everything on your dream board, okay? Everything possible. Make it fun. Make it exciting. Put your kids on there. Tawny told me, Brandy. So do them. Make it visual, put it up, whether it's on your fridge, your office, your bedroom, put it somewhere that you and your family can see it at all times. The next part that they talked about was don't worry about, the who, don't worry about, the why, don't worry about this or that, just work. Everything falls into place in this business. It does. You don't need to know the how, you don't need to know this and that behind certain things. Just work, you guys, just work. And you will figure things out as you go. You learn as you earn, and you learn by doing. You learn by taking action. And oh my gosh, this give me chills. I'm gonna have to hide this chat. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my God. That's so awesome. So you learn by doing. And this is something that I was talking about. We did like a coffee and crunch this morning with a couple girls, and we were talking, and I'm like, every single one of them are like, I'm a visual learner, and so am I. So if you were to tell me to go sign a little customer, I'm like, okay, but I signed a little customer, but what do I say? So you learn by doing. You've got to do it multiple times. If you're not that good at messaging and following up, you got to do it more. If you don't like blitzing, do it more. If you don't know how to work your eSuite, look into it. Put 5 minutes a day looking through your eSuite. Whatever it may be, you've got to do more of. Just like your goals. If your goal is to message 10 people a day, and you get home and you're home at night and you're in bed laying there, you've messaged 5, message 5 more, and then guess what? Message 5 more. Up your goals just a little bit every day. Push yourself just a little bit more every single day. When you feel like you don't want to work this business and you feel like you can't do it anymore, do it. I promise you, do it. And that's something that I struggled with a lot in 2016, you guys, is I was like, okay, I've done everything that I need to do. I'm going to lay down. I'm done. I feel accomplished. And I'm like, what am I saying? I'm not stretching myself. I'm working, I'm moving, I'm growing, I'm signing people, but I want to stretch myself. I want to be so stretched that when I'm done, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't go to bed because I'm so excited. I'm fired up. I'm helping people, and I want you guys to have such that burning desire that when you first got started, when you hit that submit button, do you remember what you felt like? Do you remember what that thrill and that rush and that craziness felt like? Of like, what did I just do? What did I just get myself into? What do I expect? What's coming next, right? You didn't know what you didn't know. Remember that. Think that. Believe that. Start seeing that again. So get visual about the things you want is what we're talking about. So your dream board, writing things down. Don't worry about everything else. Just focus on what you want. A couple of things we're going to talk about now is staying organized. And what does that look like? Okay. Number one, you need to have a planner.
Hold up. Sorry. I'm going to interrupt you again because I got my headphones. You're going to wish I didn't have those. Really quick, when you were talking about your goals, and Alyssa said this and it hit me right in the face. So I wanted to share this with you. And I messaged Allie about it. But so she was saying, so Ashley Hughes was saying, okay, write down your goals, break it down into months, break it down into weeks, break it down into days. So how many people do you have to contact? How many people do you have to blitz? How many people, blah, 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 blah per day? And Alyssa goes, yeah, now times that by 3. And I was like, what? And it's true, and then she said the whole stretching yourself. And if your goal is, if you're an emerald right now and your goal is diamond, you're not going to get there. If your goal is double, you're going to get there because you're going to have to do something that's going to have to stretch you and grow you. And I will be really completely honest with you guys. I was pretty far away from maintaining. And I was like, there's no freaking way. There's no way. This is too much. This is just too much for me to do right now in the last 4 or 5 days of the month. And I did it. On top of that, I exceeded it. So I wouldn't have done that if I would have thought, oh, no big deal, I got this. You know what I mean? Like it was oh crap, I gotta do something. This is do or die time. And until you have that passion and that no matter what, like I got to make this happen and I got to push myself hard in order to do it. And I got to work like I haven't worked before in order to maintain, like to get that goal. It's not going to happen. At least that's how I operate. I'm more of a, which I'll be honest, that's why I haven't gone triple. Cause I'm like, oh, I can go triple. That's fine. That's okay. No big deal. You know, like I'm getting there. I'm closer. It's just one promotion away. No big deal. And then she said that. And I was like, that's exactly why I'm sitting at double. That's exactly why I haven't got triple yet, because I'm in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I got this. It's fine. I'm not that far away. It's okay. But to say I'm going to be presidential and not throw up, to Allie's freaking out because I don't think I've ever actually verbalized that.
Did it today, guys.
And to think, okay, I have to be presidential. That's 116 distributors away. I looked at my chart already and everything. I have my goals written down. I'm breaking it down per month, per day, who has what, where it needs to be. And knowing 116 people, I got to get 116 people. That's a lot of people. And I have to push, you know what I mean? Like you got to make it a goal where you know you're going to have to push for it and not just be like, it's okay, I got this. So whatever your goal is, or if you have a dream board and you've already done it and you can look at that dream board and not get freaked out, then you need to go do a new dream board.
I love it. So Brandy, your comment about being organized, right as I want to refer back to it, I closed the chat. Okay, so she was talking about organization is her downfall right now. She gets inspired and on fire, but when I go to message and I'm not organized, makes me not want to work. So this is the next part that we're going to kind of talk about is getting a planner. Okay, that's number one. I highly recommend getting a planner. You can go to the dollar store, you can go to Target, wherever. Get a planner, write down like your day to day. Okay, I'm talking writing down calls. I'm talking writing down your one-on-ones, writing down your follow-up, writing down, if you're not in, speaking of this, if you're not in Denise's 30-day push happening starting today, you have to get in that. That is day-to-day tasks to help build your business. And it will take your business to the next level. I promise you that. It will. So getting organized. Know what you're doing, where you're going, what you want, number one. Or you're going to get run over and left behind. Bottom line. So my next question is, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want your goals enough to get organized and to know where you're going and what you want? So number one, a planner. Number two is having a game plan. What is your game plan? What does a game plan look like for you? So you have your 2017 goal. Now we're going to break it down to the month. What is January going to be like for you? And I'm talking your month goal, but then like Tanya was saying, breaking it down. So then what's your week goal? What's your day-to-day goal? So now we're going to talk about what does day-to-day look like? So what should it look like? Day-to-day can consist of the following things, and we're going to break those down, is posting. What does posting look like? Typically saying, 3 to 4 posts a day. Not all it works. Lifestyle posts, and it works posts. So incorporating you holding your mug, having a great Sunday night, hanging out with my team, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even say anything about it works, right? It says it right there. You don't have to. You could say something along the lines of, oh my gosh, I love my new peppermint chapstick. You guys have to try it. Says it works right there. You can say things along the lines of, I'm so excited for 2017. I've got all my goals written down. What are some of your goals? Creating that interaction on Facebook. And then when it comes to like It Works posts, you guys post you with the product. Post you with the product. If not that, then post your before and after pictures. Post you how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what it's done for you. People want to know. So I wanted you to ask yourself right now, if you were to look at your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever social media you use, would you join you? Is it attracting? Is it positive? Is it motivating? Is it encouraging? This is called attraction marketing for a reason, you guys. Because when people go to your timeline, is it exciting? People want to know what your next move is. And that's what I have found out. I have people that'll message me and they're like, how close are you to Ambassador? They're not even on our team. They're not on our team. And I'm like, huh. And I've talked to them so many times about joining. And I'm like, this is what I always say, because we have a joke because she hasn't joined yet. And I'm like, well, when you join, I'll tell you. And that's kind of always been our joke. So people are always, always, always watching your next move. They are. So if you have that potential that is not signing on Hair, Skin, and Nails, and you've talked to them 400 times, guess what? Keep posting before and after pictures of hair, skin, and nails. If you have somebody that keeps talking about, maybe a mom that's like, I really want to be home with my babies, and you're home with your babies, post that. I want you home with your babies, just like I am. I want you to experience this just like I am. If you love your JOB, but you have like 20,000 in savings, you keep racking it up, whatever it may be, you guys, make sure your posts are relatable. Make sure when people read those posts, they can say, I can do that too. Or that's me. Or I can totally relate to her. Or I'm in her shoes. You know, post your before story. I love that. I love being vulnerable and posting that, okay, it wasn't for money. It was my self-esteem. It was my confidence. You know, I had postpartum as a mom. There's even days now where I'm like, oh my God, what in the flying HE double hockey stick am I doing with my life today? Right? Post that. Convienza to the rescue. Be you, you guys. Be the best version of you this year. And when you're posting, stop before you post that and look at it and say, okay, that sounds like me. Or I would join with me if I saw that. Or that's attracting, it's positive, it's uplifting, it's inspiring, something, okay? Don't just post it or, you know, whatever. Think about that. Think about what you're posting. The next is blitzing. Blitzing can be done through social media. It can be done face-to-face. The biggest thing with blitzing, you guys, is you have to ask. When you're messaging, you're blitzing people. That's what it is. You're blitzing people. You're talking to people. Have you heard it? Have you tried it? Can I give you a coupon? Well, I'm going to kind of tie blitzing and following up kind of together, but when you're messaging people, you guys, it should be 1 to 2 sentences end with a question every time. 1 and 2 sentences end with a question. You want to continue that conversation. And I was talking with Christine, we were talking a little bit today, and she's like, I had a conversation with somebody, and it went on and on and on and on. And she's like, how do you revert back? I'll tell you guys right now, I don't have time to sit and talk with my potentials for like 4 hours a day. We're human. We have lives. We're, you know, wives, and we're dads, and we're moms, and, you know, we have a lot of roles, right? So I typically will always say, you know what, Michelle, I'm so excited to have you on my team. I know you're going to rock this business. You know, Kayla, I can't wait to get you started on your product. And put that in there. And then we talked about, you know, being urgent, sealing the deal. Will this work for you? Can I get your order in? I have one more spot left. I know that you're that one spot. I want to help change your life. What do you think? What do you say? And then if you're working with products and you say, hey, Leslie, I'm looking for one more product tester to fill my portfolio tonight. Do you want it? You came to mind. And then if she says, you know what, I'm not, but I would definitely love to help you on payday. Great, Leslie, when's your payday? It's on the 10th. Awesome. I will message you then. And then guess what, you guys, this little planner comes in handy. And then on the 10th of January, you can write down Leslie's name for Hair, Skin, and Nails follow-up. Okay. We are getting organized this year. We are getting organized. We are getting on top of things. We are asking for the sale. And that's what Cammie Dempsey always says. You've got to ask to move forward. You've got to ask to make it happen. It doesn't come from them. And I don't know how many times you guys, people have told me like, hey, will you support my business and buy my chapstick, lipstick, I don't know, whatever, purse, whatever. I'm like, yeah, of course, absolutely. And then guess what? It never happens because I want them to follow up with me. I want them to say, hey, are you ready? Do you want to get that order in? Absolutely. But guess what? It never happens. Ever. So you be that person to follow up. You be that person to deliver that message, because with messaging, you guys, it typically takes 7 to 10 times to be introduced to a product or an opportunity before committing and sealing the deal. So you be that last 7 to 10 person before they commit. The next part is networking. You can network anywhere and everywhere, you guys, throughout the day. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, you can be in mom groups interacting with people on Facebook. Or if you're out working your job, you're getting gas, right? You're getting gas, or you're getting a coffee, or running errands, at appointments, grocery shopping, whatever it may be. You're running into people all the time. And if you're not, again, you can network on social media, but networking is so part of this business. So yes, it's posting and messaging, but there's so much more fun to this business that people don't realize. Because I will be 110% honest with you. If all this business was posting and messaging, I would have quit 2 years ago. Okay. It gets blah. It gets, okay. And I know me and Tony talk about this a lot, but it gets okay, here's Tuesday. We're going to post and we're going to message. Okay. It's Wednesday. We're going to post and we're going to message again. And then it's Thursday and no, like I would have ripped my eyeballs out saying that. No, stop. Throw a rap party. Go rap somebody. Go blitz somebody. Go network with somebody. Go do an event. Get to an event. Go to conference. Get to One Team One Mission. Like there's so many fun things about this business, you guys, that makes the posting and messaging fun. Okay? Don't get me wrong, because that's the two most crucial things of this business, but you got to put in the little things around it to make it fun, make it work, and then you'll start achieving your goals. The next one that I love is praying over your business. Oh, Donnie, you're one step ahead of me. Praying over your business. Pray over your business. I can tell you 110% that every time I sit down and I have a clear head, clear heart, clear mind, everything, and I'm like, okay, God, I'm so frustrated. I'm about ready to throw in the towel. I need your guidance. I need your help. I need to know what way to turn in my business. I need to know how to coach my leaders. The diamonds and above, no, they know when they see a message, they're like, oh my God, what was put in her water this morning? What was, what happened to her? And I'm like, okay, chill out, take a break, take a second, and just, pray for guidance. And I love to say that because the last week of the month, last month, I just said, okay, I want to feel like I'm right where I belong, right? And I'm not going to try to talk too much about it because it was just crazy, you guys. I'm not even kidding you. All angles of that last week of the year was insane for me. From loyal customers to distributors to personal development to everything was just like click, 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 click. And it was like, God was like, this is where you're supposed to be. It was just such a reassurance. So praying over your business, praying over the people that you want on your team. When you're saying, I want to find that hungry, eager person that wants to learn. I want to find somebody that doesn't suck the life out of me, that just loves this business as much as I do. I want to help that mom lose 20 pounds, or I want to help that other mom over here named Allison Stanley have her sanity at 2:00 in the afternoon when her kid won't take a nap. I want to give her confianza, right? Or when she's on a team Zoom and he's screaming every team Zoom with her leaders, right? Okay, go find that mom, go find that dad, go find that neighbor, teacher, coworker. Everybody needs what we have, you guys. They need and want financial freedom. They need and want to look good and feel good. You have the most incredible opportunity on your hands, and it's up to you to deliver that message. If you're thinking like, okay, well, who do I message when it comes to products? I was talking to the girls this morning is take out your product pamphlet, and I literally want you to open it up and write someone's name by every single one of these products. That's a little bit overwhelming, right? But once you start doing that, you're going to be like, okay, Tammy wants Confianza, Tony wants wraps, Kayla wants to find gel. Oh my God, I think my mom would like to find gel too. I'm put her down. Oh, it's going to start to click. Everything's going to start to click. And then you're going to start realizing that, okay, this business isn't that hard. I'm making it hard. If this business is hard, it's because of you. If it's complicated, it's because of you, okay? This business is simplified and you learn as you go. The more plugged in you are, you're going to learn more. The more action you take, the more you're going to grow. So take out your Facebook, take out your yearbook, your phone, whatever it may be, the phone book. Think of businesses, think of teachers, and write their names down. I'm telling you're talking to everybody this year. Everybody you come across their path, they either get your Blitz card, you get their phone number, you add them on Facebook. It is the year of action. The next part was the time management. Whether you have 10 minutes a day or 2 hours a day, finding what works for you and sticking to that. So for me, what I love, you guys, is alarms on my phone. I put alarms on my phone, and this is something that I'm going to keep myself accountable this year. If I message you in the morning and say, what's your game plan for the day? What are you doing for your business today? You tell me you have a one-on-one and you're signing a loyal customer. You bet your ass that I better message you at 8 p.m. and say, how did that one-on-one go? And did you sign that loyal? I am going to step it up and hold myself accountable, hold my leaders and this team accountable, because I deserve it and so do you. Okay? And your team deserves it as well. Deserves you as a leader to step it up a notch. Okay? And in that time management, again, I know for me, I don't know about you guys, but a 6 list always works really well. Just writing down my to-do list every day. You know, what I want to get done, whether that's, you know, I have my job, I got to get laundry done, I got to get groceries done, I want to follow up, maybe network, and then personal development. You know, put those things in a list, and then guess what? At the end of the day, evaluate what you did and what you didn't do. And then you know what you got to do the next day, okay? Add it on to the next day. But the thing is, be better than the person you were yesterday. And I'm talking growth. I'm talking move. Get off your butt and move in this business. If your personal development is the same thing all the time and you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not moving, you got to do something different. Just like we talked about at the beginning of the Zoom, it's your day-to-day action is what's going to take you from point A to point B, okay? So posting, we talked about posting, following up, blitzing, networking, praying over your business, time management, plugging in. How could I forget? Plug yourself in. Like, I want to just like cry. Plug yourself in, okay? You want to be a diamond? Get your butt on every Zoom. Get your butt on every training. Get to every One Team, One Mission within 2 hours of driving distance. This is the year I'm telling you to get over yourself, get over every excuse, every person. I don't care if they're, okay, I do care if they're your spouse, but God, be so focused that nothing stops you. Nothing. I'm telling you, nothing, okay? The devil can kick rocks. Your busy mind of thinking you're not good enough can kick rocks, okay? You got to stay focused. Stay focused this year. That when you look back on this year, you're like, okay, I did pretty good. And guess what? I'm just getting started. So have your game plan, your sense of urgency when you're working day to day, with your messaging, with your posting, you're urgent. And then push yourself. So if you want your check to be $6,000 a month, I want you to add a 0 to it. Your check is now $60,000 a month. If you want your check to be $500 a month, it's now $5,000. Put a 0 at the end of your check this year, okay? Kayla, your check was $15,000, right? So now it's $150,000, okay? You guys are stepping it up this year. You're putting a 0 at the end, and you are getting so uncomfortable and making the impossible possible, because guess what? We can do that. We can do that with It Works. I want this team, Mark Pentecost, to text us and know who this team is. I want every single one of you guys to be on that stage, on that white couch, in the top 75, the top 50, because guess what? You can. There is so much room at the top. So if you're telling yourself right now, Allie is absolutely crazy, I may be just a little bit, but I promise you that you are right where you're supposed to be. No, we're going to skip that. Okay, so the next is designing your ideal day. What do you want your ideal day to look like? So think about, you achieved your goals, you did everything that you needed to do. What does your ideal day look like? What do you want? You know, what do you want to look like when you wake up to when you go to bed at night? And then what kind of the type of people do you want beside you? As we talked about, praying over your business, praying people in. And have a clear mind of what you want. Okay? Clear mind. What do you want? If you guys have not watched The Secret, I want every single one of you guys to watch The Secret, because that will change your life. Number 2, I guess I should say, host some wrap parties. Get out and host some wrap parties, you guys. If you can't, ask your low customers. Do them with your upline. Have some fun. Get that face-to-face interaction, because I know for me, when I'm starting to feel like blah, I have to get out from behind my computer. I do. I have to get out from behind my computer and network face-to-face with people. So connect with people however you can do it. Writing things down, speak what you want into existence. We already talked about dreams so big that you have to grow so much to get there. Writing down qualities of distributors that you want. We talked about that, and then deciding that you want to be like that. I love this question and answer that they did. I'm going to run through a couple of these questions. The first one was talking about, how do you keep your spark and your interest going? I can't tell you enough how many times people ask me that. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know. And I thought about that, and I'm like, wait, I do know, because I'm still here and I haven't quit. But having new goals weekly, monthly, yearly, having a dream board, and then your why. If your why is so strong and your why makes you cry, it's strong enough. And if it doesn't make you cry, it's not strong enough. You better reevaluate that like tonight, like at 10:01, okay? Because you're going to let everything bring you down this year. I promise you that. If you don't have your guard up this year and you're not ready to fight that fight, it's going to be like World War III, like some of you were for 2016. And the next part was never stop enrolling people. Never stop enrolling people. I want to see a show of hands. Who gets excited when they sign a little customer? Only half of you. Very, okay. Okay, well, the 14 of you and me too. Me too. Distributors, who gets excited when you sign a runner? Oh, all glory to God. When you have someone that's like, okay, when's your team Zoom? When's your team training? What's the compensation plan? What are your products? What, you're like, oh my God, like, want to wrap my arms around you. Like, God, thank you. Okay. Now go enroll people. You'll never quit. Go talk to people. Go seal the deal with people. Exactly, Lindsay. Like we talked about, those of you that were at conference last year, Mark talked about doing your end zone dance. I don't know about you guys, but I get so fired up when I sign people that I'm like, yes. I'm so pumped. Whether there's one person or 25 people a month, you're moving forward. So sparking your interest is new goals, something inspirational, and never stop enrolling people. You're inspirational, whether that's a song you love, whether that's YouTube videos, whatever that may be, do something that inspires you or be around somebody that inspires you. The networking is, I can't even keep my freaking brain straight. The next thing is networking. Connect with people, build relationships with people. And like I said, talk to people that you want to be like, people that scare you, people that are like, I don't want to reach out to them. Do it. I promise you, it'll make you grow and stretch you. On social media, show people what you're doing, you guys. Build influence. Have a story to tell, like we talked about at the beginning, so that people are constantly watching, wanting to go back to your page. And then they talked about, they asked Ashley what was her largest obstacle in her business. And those of you that know her, she lost her son. And she talked about how the 1 month that she lost her son, she didn't do a single thing for her business that month. Not one single thing. And she still got a 5-figure paycheck the next month. And what she realized is that residual income, you get paid for a lifetime. That you get paid residual income from what you did 3 months ago, 6 months ago. I'm still getting paid from 3 years ago, right? And this made me think of Kayla, Miss Kayla Maples, as she talked about this, because last year when Kayla enrolled you guys in November, she had a kick-ass month in November, and then December 1st, I don't know what happened or who she talked to, but she didn't do anything the whole month of December. Like, when I mean she didn't do anything, you guys, like, zero. Like, I don't even know if she responded to a text message in December, but zero, like nothing. And then February 15th, we got paid. And guess who got a paycheck? Kayla. She didn't do anything, and she just got started, and she still got paid. So those of you that are getting paid and you're not doing anything, well, don't tell me, but that's called residual income. You're getting paid from what you did previously and still continue to do. So know what residual income. If you don't know what it is, go sign some loyals and you will. Number 4 is sealing the deal. You got to create that sense of urgency at all times. What is your goal? What is your price range? What are you looking for? Have you tried it? And then with distributors, let's get you going. I know you'd be good at what I do. How can I help you? Where do you see yourself in 3 months? Get to the bottom of what that person is, because you are the solution to someone's problem. You are. And you got to look at it that way, that you have something so incredible to offer. Deliver that message. Okay. Oh, I liked this one. Just a little tidbit before moving forward was Alyssa, I don't know if it's Alyssa or Ashley, one of you guys can correct me on this, but talking about keeping notes in the contacts tab of their phone. So like if you have Hannah and it says potential, customers, Hannah, and then putting in the note section that we talked on 12/21, and she talked about that, she wanted hair, skin, and nails, but couldn't afford it. 12/23, we talked about, she said that, well, actually, she talked about that she kind of wanted a little bit extra money. And so putting the details of your conversation in their contacts tab of your phone, in the phone book. How creative is that? So then when you're pulling up their name, you can just go to that rather than scrolling through and trying to find that message or whatever. You instantly click on them to message them on your phone or you text them, and all their info's right there. I thought that was pretty cool. The next thing is asking distributors that are like on the line, you guys, of where are they at? I do this all the time. This is like my go-to line. Is where are you at from 1 to 10? Where are you at? Where are you at from signing? Are you like a 1, I'm completely out, or a 10, I'm all in, or a 5? If they say they're like a 5, I typically will say, okay, well, Brandy, how can I get you from a 5 to a 10? What's it going to take? Get to the bottom of it. Get to the bottom of it, because typically you will sign them if you get to the bottom of it and you just ask questions. How can I get you from point A to point B? So if you're an 8, well, what's it going to take you to get to a 10? I do that with loyal customers as well, you guys. I know a lot of you guys do too. Just asking them, how can I get you over that hump? The next one that, I don't know if it was Sherry Lynn or Aaron Tweet or whoever said this, but I love this, and I'm going to use this from now on with distributors, is if they're saying, they don't have money, this and that, responding back with this question: how long has money been tight for you? Why did I not ever think of that? Oh my gosh. Then they sit there and reflect back on their 25 years or their 10 years of being broke and not doing anything about it. How long has money been this tight for you? Make them think. Thank you. Make them think. How long has it been? How long have you been struggling? How long have finances been this way? And you're still living like this? Are you ready to make that change? Ask them. You have the solution. You've got to share it, guys. And then the next thing is referring them to, if they're like not quite there yet and they're like, I'm not really sure, refer them to an opportunity call, refer them to a live party, refer them to a one-on-one with your upline, refer them to a 3-way call. Get another resource involved, because you never know who's going to spark that, okay, I can do this too, and relate to them. That's why we always say getting guests to events, you guys, getting guests to One Team, One Missions, getting guests to team trainings, whatever it may be. Get them somewhere where they can hear somebody's story, where they can relate to somebody, and maybe have that little bit of sense of, reassurance that, okay, they're human, so am I, right? The next thing is, I don't want to do that. Okay, tips on being a good leader. And then I'm only going to do about like 10, 15 more minutes. We don't run quite past an hour. So tips on being a good leader. So I want you to look at this as being the leader that you want to be. So you think of a good leader, somebody that's a runner, somebody that's plugged in, somebody that's excited, someone that's encouraging, someone that can be a coach and a cheerleader to their team. I want you to think about you. What are you right now? And then that leader that you want to be, or that leader that you want to find, I want you practicing those traits. Simple is duplicatable, okay? And when when your team sees you doing the simple, duplicatable steps of this business, they're going to follow. So it's your job to show the simplicity of the wrap party, to show the simplicity of the party pad, the simplicity of following up, the simplicity of plugging in, the simplicity of wrapping somebody, talking to somebody on the phone. It's your job as a leader to demonstrate that so that your team can duplicate that and follow that. Remember, anytime you're talking to your team, less is more. Always, okay? They've got to be able to understand it. And I remember when I first got started, so anyone that was quit, that's probably why. But when I went to wrap parties, I had like 45 bags in my arms, and Tanya remembers this. I had so many bags. Like, why? Why do I have all this freaking junk with me? Like, why? I don't know. Because I saw my upline that quit, but I saw her doing that. And I was like, oh, okay, don't need all that. Yeah, Michelle remembers. Oh my gosh, I had this cute It Works diaper bag and it broke because I had so much garbage in there. Don't. Like, walk into a party pad with your new distributor, walk into a party with your party pad with your new distributor, and have boxer wraps, Maybe your greens or energy, something to sample, greens choose. Your party pad, maybe they'll have water there. You don't need to bring that. Make everything so simple so that when you go to a party pad and there's potentials there and they see you and they're like, oh, I can do that. That all fits in her purse, right? Keep it super simplified. This is my black bag, okay? You guys are so proud of me right now. My black bag, that's it, okay? That's all you carry, nothing else. Nothing else, don't do it. They'll be so scared, like a lot of mine were. So duplicatable is strong, okay? So duplicating your eSuite training, making sure you just get them plugged into that, nothing else, right? They can go find other things, they wanna find other things. Hundreds list is duplicatable. Charting, their catalogs, getting them plugged into the resources that we have, you guys, and that they can duplicate with former or new distributors to come. You're always learning new things, so don't be worried about, I don't know this, I don't understand this. This is what these Zooms are for, because you're going to be constantly learning as you go. And then as a leader, you're hungry to be coached, you guys. You are. If you truly want this, you'll learn, you'll grow, you'll ask questions. You will be hungry and eager for more, okay? If you want to be the best version of you and you want to be at the top, you've got to grow. You have to. You are not going to be the person you are right now at that next level. You can't. There's no way, shape, or form that you can. You got to be confident. You've got to be bold. You've got to be brave. You've got to get over yourself. And you've got to share your heart and your passion and your excitement to your team, to our entire Fearless and Free team as a whole. It is contagious, you guys. It is. It spreads like wildfire. When one of you guys posts on the team page that you're fired up, I'm like instantly fired up. I didn't even like read half the message because I'm a green or I'm a red and I'm not a green or yellow or no. But I just got fired up because you were like, I'm so excited. And so was I. I was like, I'm so excited for it. And then I go back and read it because I'm like, okay, she did this and this and this. I probably should read that whole thing. But when you guys are excited, it's contagious. Do you guys get excited when people post things on the team page? You're like, thank you, I'm out of my funk now. Or thank you, I'm over myself now. Or thank you, I'll go sign somebody now. Or how about when we post a loyal customer and distributor enrollers for the day and you don't see your name on there? You're like, God dang it, she signed somebody again. Like, do you guys ever think that? I do. And I'm like, get off your butt, Allie, go sign somebody, right? Okay, glad I'm not alone. Half you guys are looking at me like, staring at me. The next one is the 3 to 4 sentence rule, okay? When you're following up, end with a question. And then always make people feel like they can do this too, okay? When you're talking to people, they can do this too. They're just like you. Give people a reason to join. Give people a reason to fall in love with this business. And then ask them, what are you willing to do? What would a diamond do? Think about that as a leader. What would a diamond do? Are you acting as if you were? Guess what? Diamonds are consistent. Diamonds are plugged in. Diamonds are encouraging, not just for their own team, but everybody. Doesn't matter who they are, who they're enrolled by. You're a team player. So, leadership. It's time to step up our game with leadership. Now, let's see. You don't have to be an expert to get started, you guys. You just have to get started. Get the busyness out of your brain that you can't do this, you're not worth this, you have life happening and your husband sucks this day or that day or tomorrow, your kid's annoying, you don't want to go grocery shopping. I mean, every negative thought possible that comes in your head, your finances, your health, like whatever, get it out. Like get it out of your head and on paper, okay? Because you're building yourself up this stupid BS story that makes no sense. And you keep telling yourself that same story every single day. And then it just keeps getting worse. And guess what? That story is probably worse than it ever even was or even was even true, right? So you got to think about it. What do you think in your head right now? Like if you're thinking in your head right now, like this Zoom is going on for almost an hour, like is she ever going to finish up? Then guess what? You probably didn't get anything out of this Zoom. But if you wrote down a bunch of notes and you're fueled up and you're excited and you're fired up, guess what? You'll be the one promoting this month. You'll be the one signing people this month. You'll be the one running your own team Zoom in probably 3 months, okay? So there's 2 people, one's that's just here and one's that's present. So which one are you? So get that busyness out of your head. When you go to bed, know that you put in that extra 3% that Tanya was talking about earlier, that you put in that extra effort every day. You went just a little bit more, a little bit farther every day, okay? And if you didn't, do it. Do it before you go to bed because the last hour of what you think about and what you do is what you're going to do for the next day. Okay. So it's going to determine how your next day goes, how you think, how you feel, what you do. So make sure you're in the right mindset before you go to bed. And then the next thing is if it's not helping somebody or growing your income or you're loving it, then why are you doing it? Okay, we're going to finish up with a couple things. So I've gotten this a lot, and a lot of people always say, like, what does your daily routine look like? And I'm not going to tell you all of it because you'll probably just like get off the Zoom right now because it's crazy like every single day because I'm human, right? But I do it. I do it regardless of life happening, okay? And it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. I get it in, even if I don't want to. I'll say this till the day I die, but like Denise says, you don't work this business based on how you feel. You work this business based on what you want, bottom line. Whether you're sick, whether you're pissed off, whether you're, I don't know what else, mad at your upline, I don't care. You still work. You still work, okay? So when I get up in the morning, I typically will have like my morning me. So if you have not read The Miracle Morning, you've got to get that book because it will change your life and rock your world, and it'll make you love mornings. It will. Thank you, Tammy. It'll make you love mornings, okay? So I typically get up in the morning and I have my me time, whether I'm laying in bed and just pick up my phone and doing some personal development, or I get up and read my book. I always make sure I do something to fill my cup, because if my cup is not filled, your cup isn't either, okay? And how are you supposed to fill your team's cup? It's called Miracle Morning, Hannah. Thank you, Tammy. You're just on the ball. I don't even know why I mentioned it. So if your cup is not filled, so I want you to think about that tonight. You know, is your team growing and learning from you? Is your team mocking what you're doing? Or if you're not doing anything, your team's not doing anything, do you think that's kind of a surprise? I don't. I mean, I can see the E-suite and I can see who's working and who's not. I mean, bottom line. So if you're sitting there tonight and looking at your charts or E-suite, whatever, and you're like, gosh, my paycheck probably is going to suck from last month. Yeah, because it's probably because you didn't do anything. And your team followed you and they didn't do anything either. So let's have a little pep talk right now, a little huddle, that you're not going to do that this month, okay? You're not going to sit there and be a little wallflower and have your team hanging out on the wall with you. You're going to get in the game, and so is your team, okay? Because if you want this business to work, you have to work. Not me, not Leslie, not Tawny, not Kayla, not Michelle. You have to work, okay? I don't care what your upline says, doesn't do. I don't care. I don't care if you have a Ruby Lake that just quit, just like I did. Sweet. See you later. I don't care. Because you're robbing yourself from that next rock star. You're robbing yourself from your goals. You're robbing yourself from the fun in this business. Okay? Let go of the people that don't want it. Get off your own ass and get to work. And you will be where you want to be in 2017. So, fill your cup. First thing in the morning, fill your cup. And then the next thing that I typically do, we'll go have picnics and breakfast. I'll do that sort of thing. And then I will start either on the team page or I'll check my Facebook messages, my text messages, that sort of thing. And then once Nixon gets moving, it depends on the day. Tuesdays and Thursdays, he has preschool. So during preschool time, I fit in that 9 to 11 o'clock. Tuesdays, we have our Diamond Zoom, 9 to 10. 10 to 11, I work that hour. And then guess what? I go pick up Nixon and we play, we do whatever. Sometimes we have errands, or sometimes I'll go to like Get Air or Bouncing Bumblebees to work, right? And try to network. Or I'll come home. I'm not working this business 24 hours a day. I never have, well, maybe 23 hours 2 years ago, but I never have, I never will. Because if you want to do this business for the next 50 years, 60 years, you can't work it 24/7, you guys. You've got to work and be intentional when you work. Okay. So if your work is 30 minutes a day, that's 20 minutes of following up, 5 minutes of personal development, 5 minutes plugging in, whatever it is, you've got to do it. You want to be a diamond, you've got to be consistent. You have to. I don't care if you have no desire to work that day, you've got to do it. I don't care if you have the meanest face on and you're on Zoom, get on it. Because you probably wanted that face by the end, okay? So just do it. So then I'll put in like an hour and a half in the afternoon. And then once we come about 4 o'clock when Tyson gets home, we have dinner super early. We have dinner between like 4:30 and 5. And then he's gone like every night of his life right now which is so awesome, but he's coaching basketball and playing basketball. And I have team trainings Tuesdays. So we don't ever see each other. Or he has this new hobby of hunting until like 4 a.m. for coyotes with, I don't know, it's so weird. But so he's gone, which is awesome. So I'm going to work probably till 4 o'clock tonight. I can't wait. But so he goes, we kind of just split up. Then we're like, okay, so we got dinner, we did our day. But when he gets home, you guys, from work, I'm home. My phone is down. My focus is on him, my family, dinner. Corporate calls, they're on speaker. Tyson hears it, Nixon hears it, I'm making dinner. But I'm not like this in front of my kids all the time anymore, or my son or my husband, because guess what? They need that focused attention time too. And then at night is when I really work my business, a lot of it, you guys. Between like 8:30 and 9 o'clock is when I'll go to my office, and I'm typically there till about 11. But I'm not working at 24 hours a day sitting behind my computer because I'd probably shoot myself. No, I can't. I can't do that. I like to be out in front of people. I like to be networking and talking to people. I like that. That fills my cup. So I try to do more of that. I love social media as well, but it just depends on the day of the week. So again, I'll repeat this. I don't work this business 24 hours a day, or even 8 to 9, 8 to 5, or 5 hours. I typically work at about 3 hours, okay? The other thing is your top 10. Put your spouse on your top 10, okay? Again, put your spouse on your top 10. They should be number 1 on your top 10. They should be the first person you message every day, okay? And that's something that I learned the hard way, is I put him at like the way bottom, and I didn't get to his cup. I didn't fill him ever. And I was like, well, why are you mad? And I forgot about it, okay? So put him first on the list. That's the first person you message every day. Hope you have a great day. Thinking about you. You know, good luck in your job or whatever it is. Message them first, okay? So break up your day however it works for you. Don't do what I do. Don't do what anybody else does. Do what works for you, and do a lot of it. If you can't work this business part-time, you will never be able to work this business full-time. Just a heads up. Okay? You've got to be consistent from day one. Whether that's 30 minutes a day or 3 hours a day, you just got to do it. Don't compare my 3 hours to your 10 minutes, because if that's what you have, you've got to do it. Because 3 years ago, I worked this business every single day, 70 hours working my work week too. And I put 30 minutes a day for 6 months and went diamond. So you can too. Okay, now I'm not gonna add anything else in, just because that was like a ton. But again, what Mark said, you can't hope to reach your goals this month, you guys. You've got to do it. You've got to take action. You've got to get to work, and you've got to be hungry for more. You've got to be hungry for more. You've got to be hungry to take yourself, your team, and your goals to that next level. So I hope that you guys got as much out of this Zoom that I did, but I was so fired up, and I'm even more fired up after listening or looking at all my notes again. But it gets me excited knowing that we have the vehicle for freedom. We have the vehicle on our hands to look good, feel good, and be the best version of ourselves, right? So know tonight that you're not alone. We all struggle. We all have doubts. We all have fears. We all have moments of, I want to give up, I want to quit. But guess what? You're not quitting this year. You're not. Every one of you guys that are on this Zoom, don't even try it. Don't even try to send me a message, because it's not happening, okay? You're not quitting. You're going to commit. You're going to commit to yourself, your family, your team, your why, your upline, me, okay? You're going to commit that this is your year. This is your year. It gets done, okay? Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to go anymore. So anybody have any aha moments or anything they want to share or mention, or don't quit tonight after this Zoom either, okay? Just anything they want to share? Any of their goals they want to tell us? Anybody want to tell me your sweet paycheck too with a 0 at the end? Anybody? Anybody? I love it. Hey, me too, Holly. Well, mine was 40, but now it's 50 because you said that. Good job. Thank you. I needed that extra 10 pounds. Oh my gosh, 250,000. Tammy, I love it. Oh, I have chills. Anybody else? Just like, ah. Nice. Awesome. Well, this Zoom, 20,000. I love it. You guys are going to be making so much money. And you guys, we have to go. Well, we're going to go. So heads up, you want to be diamond by the time we do this. But we're going to go to Mexico for a leadership retreat. So you probably should be diamond when you do that. Just telling you guys right now. When I go ambassador, we're doing a trip. So just a heads up, you might want to be diamond. Yeah, there's so much fun stuff happening this year, guys. We have our One Team One Mission coming up in February. We have conference coming up in February. We have green carpet happening next year. There's so many stuff coming. I don't even know what's gonna happen for 2017. Like Mark looks good. He looks healthy. He looks excited. It's gonna be crazy. I know that. So you better stretch yourself. You better step it up because you don't want to be left behind. So I love you guys. I'm excited for this month. If you guys need anything, do not hesitate to reach out to ask. We are here for you. Anything else? Any last final thoughts? Anybody? No? Okay. Go out and kick some ass, and I will talk to you guys all soon. Bye, guys.